Hello, experts, scholars, and colleagues. I am Lu Shewu from Beijing, China. In the past 14 years, I have been continuously researching and promoted a new cancer treatment method, intratumoral chlorine dioxide injection therapy. I proposed this concept in 2014. After animal experiments and human clinical validation, now it has formed a complete mechanism, cases, and standardized system. Today, I will spend 20 minutes to introduce the structure, logic, chemical logic, clinical evidence, and standardized pathway for global deployment. Our goal is to promote intratumoral chlorine dioxide therapy in the global treatment of solid tumors. It is guided by imaging directly in the tumor to induce structural disintegration inside the tumor, which destroys blood vessels and tumor cells and avoids the high toxicity and side effects of traditional therapy. Its three core advantages are high efficiency, low toxicity, and low cost. So far, we have completed 25 human cases and 3 animal cases. The curative effect is stable and consistent. We are establishing an international clinic network to make this therapy available in Germany, China, Lithuania, Italy, and other places. We are developing this system simultaneously and relying on the Order of the State Council number 818, legislation framework for biomedical new technologies, providing a system foundation for global promotion. The project has gone through the following development process. In 2011, we began to study the application of chlorine dioxide in medicine. Currently, we are the main patent holder in this field. From 2014 to 2016, proposed the core patent of intratumoral injection of chlorine dioxide, completed animal experiments. In 2023, a preprint was published with a preclinical study report. In 2024, we completed the first attempt to treat human breast cancer and achieved amazing results. Then it was first applied in German clinics. In May 2025, the first animal tumor case was completed. In June, we advanced state-level legislation in the United States and gained support from over 100 patients. In July, it was reported by Wired magazine. In August, 25 human cases and 3 pet cases were completed, all achieved positive therapeutic effects. Along the way, from concept, experiment to multinational clinical, I have always adhered to a principle that the efficacy must be visible, repeatable, and verifiable. Next, let's learn about the mechanism and method of this therapy. There are 3 major problems in current solid tumor treatment: toxic side effects, high cost, and unstable efficacy. Traditional ablation therapy often fails due to recurrence or immune escape. Our solution is a disruptive therapy. Simple operation, wide application range, repeating effect. Its core mechanism includes directly killing tumor cells and destroy tumor blood vessels and cut off the blood supply and produce immunogenic necrotic fragments. It may activate the whole body immune response, eliminate chronic inflammation related to tumors. Finally, the tumor is in situ, achieving structural necrosis and pain relief. The injection can be performed without complex equipment. It has already been carried out safely and effectively in human treatments in Germany and China. Let me summarize our clinical cases. Case 1, breast cancer, with 2 injections. After 21 days, the 7-centimeter tumor was almost completely necrotic. Inflammation subsided, and pain disappeared. Case 2, metastatic liver cancer. 2 injections. The main lesion volume decreased by 90%, and the image showed complete necrosis. Case 3, prostate cancer. A Dutch patient, after a 7 milliliter injection, the tumor volume decreased by 69%. PSA decreased from 14 to 10. No side effects. After 4 injections at 3 weeks, the tumor had shrunk by 90%. Case 4, peritoneal cancer. A Swiss patient was told he had only 3 months to live. After 2 injections, the 2 injected tumors completely disappeared. Case 5, nasopharyngeal cancer in China. A rural doctor completed 10 local injections. The patient's breathing, sleep, and appetite were restored. CT and ultrasound images confirmed the disappearance of the tumor. Case 6, cervical cancer in China. After 2 injections, the tumor volume decreased by 53.6%. The necrotic tissue was naturally discharged. There was no infection or pain. This case was reported by the reporter, but only quoted the patient's short-term swelling reaction, without mentioning the therapeutic effect and tumor shrinkage. Case 7, cervical squamous cell carcinoma. After a single injection of 20,000 ppm, about 30% of the tumor volume. On the 40th day, imaging confirmed complete necrosis and no systemic reaction. This is the third case of complete remission in humans. These cases prove that the curative effect is not only rapid and safe, but also consistent and repeatable across countries and environments. We also have 3 cases of pets. The Spanish dog case, Pepe, with a tumor on its right shoulder. The surface started to collapse the next day. On the 12th day, the center necrotized and fell off. The tumor was rapidly destroyed, with no pain or inflammation. The Italian cat case, a subcutaneous tumor. 5 milliliters of chlorine dioxide was injected with a concentration of 20,000 ppm. The tumor collapsed on the same day and completely necrotic in 7 hours. It fell off on the 7th day. On the 20th day, the skin began to heal. Hair regeneration. German dog with ocular tumor. Apply chlorine dioxide solution topically every day. A few weeks later, the tumor shrank and fell off naturally. There was no infection or pain. These 3 animal cases showed the same reaction pattern across species, verifying the biological consistency and safety of the therapy. It lays the foundation for future standardization of pet tumor treatment. Let's analyze the mechanism of this therapy. Why is it that only injecting 30% of the volume can make the entire tumor disappear? Because solid tumors are semi-closed reaction cavities. After chlorine dioxide is injected into the center area, will instantly kill tumor cells and preferentially destroys the tumor's vascular network. Blood supply is interrupted, and internal circulation stops. The necrosis spreads from the center to the outside, extending from the center to the outside. The boundary between tumor tissue and normal tissue appears. Imaging can observe a liquefaction area from the center to the outside. This process is calculable, predictable, and repeatable. In other words, this is not random necrosis, but a deterministic structural disintegration. A precise intervention can trigger the global collapse of the entire system. Chemical logic. How does chlorine dioxide use the chemical environment? Inside the tumor, long-term acidic and oxidative stress, which is almost close to the physiological tolerance threshold. When chlorine dioxide is injected, it will further amplify the acidic reaction, releasing hydrogen ions, consuming glutathione, inducing oxidation and acidification. After the system imbalance, a local chemical implosion occurs, inducing self-destruction of the cellular populations. The whole reaction is limited to the tumor. It won't affect the surrounding normal tissue. That is to say, chlorine dioxide allows tumors to use their own chemical mechanisms to kill itself. This is the chemical amplification effect after the structural logic. Both work together to complete the complete disintegration. Finally, let's talk about our strategic development plan. The PET Cancer Treatment Network is centered in China to establish a global alliance of veterinary clinics and conduct the world's first clinical research project on PET tumors. Develop a standardized imaging evaluation system. The Treatment Network for Human Cancer. According to Article 37 of the Helsinki Declaration, doctors can exercise the right to autonomous treatment. Among them, China uses the Regulation on Biomedical New Technologies, number 818, conduct clinical research in tertiary hospitals, and obtained national approval. The EU is charging and conducting research in Lithuania and Italy. It is registered as innovative medical technology. The US promotes free state legislation and was the first to legalize it for clinical provision. We strive to unite more doctors. Based on the doctor's right to self-treatment, it is provided by local doctors in the form of alternative therapy. I grant the technology license and provide chlorine dioxide injection solution. This multi-center strategy, ensuring that the therapy advances in ethics, law, and industry in parallel. Finally, from logic to reality, chlorine dioxide therapy is not only pharmacological innovation, but also a logical revolution in systems engineering. It breaks the old paradigm of systemic side effects of drugs and achieves systemic reconstruction through local intervention. Structural logic ensures predictable results. Chemical logic ensures the reaction is closed. Image verification ensures the curative effect is quantifiable. This means that we have achieved engineering-level certainty. Colleagues, this therapy has been repeatedly verified in Europe, China, and South America in multiple patients and pets. Colleagues, this therapy has been repeatedly verified in Europe, China, and South America in multiple patients and pets, without a single case of serious side effects. It makes us see again that cancer is not invincible, but requires the right logic. In the future, we will continue to use scientific reasoning and openness as the principle, and promote this therapy to become a globally replicable and shared treatment standard. Thank you all. May structural innovation become a new starting point for cancer cure.